It has been a few days since I read 1 Corinthians in chapter 3, so I continue. I'm in verse 16. We have talked about our work for God, and now we move ahead. And it says, "Don't you yourselves know that you are God's temple and that the Spirit of God lives in you?" What does that mean? You're God's temple. What it means is this body that you have, that God made, your physical body, is where God's Spirit lives in you once you have become a follower of Jesus Christ. So it becomes the temple. It becomes where God lives in you. So your body is God's temple, and the Spirit of God lives in you. That's what that's saying. If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him, for God's temple is holy, and that is what you are. Those words talk about the value of God's temple, his creation. Hey, if someone kills your body, and that's taking place horribly in this world, those that take that temple and destroy it, they will face God. They will be punished. But we also are guilty many times of harming this temple with bad habits, the way we eat, the way we drink, with things we let come inside of our bodies, the way we use our bodies. So we can be guilty of destroying also God's temple. Verse 18, "Let no one deceive himself." Deceive yourself. Don't trick yourself. Don't tell yourself a lie. Let no one deceive himself. If anyone among you thinks he is wise in this age, let him become a fool so that he can become wise. Well, that's saying if you think you know everything going on in this world, you need to become a fool to understand what's really going on. You need to realize you don't have the answers. Only God has the answers. And if you want to be wise, then you will not trust the wisdom this world gives, but you will be a fool to the world and say, "I believe God. Whatever he says, that's what I'll believe." Verse 19, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. Since it is written, he catches the wise in their craftiness." God sees these people that think they're so smart with wisdom. They try to cheat, they try to steal, they try to buy, and they're wise. We know how to make this system work. Well, God sees them in their craftiness. And again, the Lord knows that the reasonings of the wise are futile. The reasonings of the wise. It means he knows their thoughts, their plans are futile. They're meaningless. They lose. God knows it. That's what happens. Verse 21, "So let no one boast in human leaders, for everything is yours." Don't boast in your president or your presidential candidates or your governors or your senators or your political leaders. Do not boast in human leaders. Don't boast in the leader of Apple or Google or any of these worlds, Amazon. Don't boast in their leaders. Whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas or the world or life or death or things present or things to come, everything is yours. So he's saying, don't boast in, like these people were guilty of saying, "I belong to Paul, I belong to Apollos." Remember that? Putting their faith in man. We do not need to put our faith in any man. We need to realize what we have, it's ours. It has come from God, and you belong to Christ, and Christ belongs to you. And that concludes the 3rd chapter and goes through verse 23. God is telling us, do not trust the world. Do not trust the world system. Do not trust the world leaders. Do not trust the wisdom that the world gives. Be a fool. Believe in Jesus Christ. All that he has belongs to you. The temple, he lives inside of you. Trust him. You belong to Christ. Christ belongs to you.